is how you sweep with the Rhyperior. So there you go. He doesn't even know the 2 other Pokemon on my team. Hello, boys, girls, gamers, how are you? What is up? My name is Daedra, and I am back with a brand new Pokemon Sword and Shield video. And that's right, we're doing some battling stuff once again, and this is for ranked singles. Now, before season 1, I guess when this first came out, I actually got into the top 20k with this team in the master ball rank. I know it's not that that good, but the only reason I stopped is because I started doing the shiny raid den shenanigans. But we are back on the grind. We're actually doing VGC stuff if you haven't seen the streams already. But I wanted to show everybody this ranked singles team. I'm done with singles for now. I'm going to learn VGC, maybe come back another time, but here's the team I want to go over. Everybody asked me about my Rhyperior team, how to use it, the subs. You guys all got the code, but you don't know really what the heck to do, so everybody's gonna get it. I had an old video on this team, but it was not as good. It is revised, it is very good, and I think you guys are gonna like it. So smash like for the Rhyperior Bing Bong team, and let's get into it. So obviously I'm covering up Ferrothorn and some Conk. When I get to them, I'll just take my camera away for a second, but let's just start with Charizard, I guess. I never actually watched a video like this, so I don't know what the usual format is, so bear with me here. But yeah, so we're gonna start out with Charizard. So Charizard is our special sweeper. Charizard is obviously really good. He's pretty fast. Some things you could do with Charizard is if the time or if the chance is there, Dynamax off the rip, and then do your max airstream, become very fast. 2 max airstreams, I don't know about 1, but I know 2 for sure. You can outspeed things like Dragapult, Excadrill, and stuff like that. Charizard also checks things like Gastrodon and water types with its solar beam, and Charizard gets solar power, which boosts the, I think, fire type attacks by 1.5. Max fire also is a stab move, so that's the 1.5 move boost from same type attack bonus. If you don't know, a Pokemon that uses a move that's the same type as it, so if a fire type Pokemon uses a fire type move, it actually gets a bonus called a same type attack bonus, which is a 1.5 times boost to the power. So flamethrower 90 does 90 damage, same type attack bonus times 1.5 times Sunny Day, because Sunny Day boosts fire attacks by 1.5 as well, so that's times 3 times solar powers 3, so that's 3.5 I think, times 1.5. So yeah, you're doing a lot of damage, especially if it's super effective. So now if you're super affecting things, it's gonna be 3.5 times 2, so then that's gonna be what, 3.5, that's 6, that's 7, what is it, 7? I don't know, correct me, verbally assault me down below. So yeah, you can do a lot of damage with this thing. I have an assault vest on him so he can take things like max geysers and stuff. The good thing about flamethrower as well in Sunny Day is that water moves are actually nullified by a bunch when the Sunny Day is up. So if things like Rotom come out and max geyser you'll be okay. Now you do have to watch out for obviously electric type attacks, but that's why we have Gastrodon here. Gastrodon's really good. Now I don't really have answers much for Rotom other than to stall it out. You could actually try to get a burn on it with Scald, but Rotom can't do anything for you because Gastrodon actually has an ability called Storm Drain, and what Storm Drain does is basically every time a water move is used, Gastrodon just takes 0 damage from it, and instead that water move will boost your special attack and make you more powerful and make your attacks hit harder. So this Gastrodon right here is actually, I might actually change this Gastrodon because I have a new revised Gastrodon for my doubles team. I think this Gastrodon is more of a especially defensive Gastrodon, whereas my other one that I might change this with is defensive, especially defensive, and has a lot of HP, and this one's more about hitting hard. The other one's more about surviving and stalling. So I might change it out, who knows. Check the description below for the code. Don't go off of what's on the screen because I'm still going to be revising this for you guys. But anyways, yeah, so Storm Drain, it's really good for the fish. I think the really popular Pokemon, especially for people like just starting out, like even more newbie than me, even though I'm probably a noob, is the fish. Probably seems very intimidating. Yeah, if something use Fish's Rend, you can actually bait somebody using Fish's Rend. So say Charizard died from Rotom, right? Say Charizard died from Rotom, you send out a Rhyperior. I don't know why you're running Rhyperior and Charizard. You usually don't want to do that, but just for example, you send out Rhyperior. They take Rotom, they bring Rotom back, or say you had Charizard dies, you send out Conkeldurr, or something, and then Rotom Volt switches into you and they send out the fish, right? So say they got the fish, or you know, it's just anything like that. Somebody U-turns, they send out the fish. You can actually bait them, so the fish will go for Fish's Ren. You switch out of your Pokemon, then double switch again into Gastrodon, and Gastrodon will get a 2-time, you know, a boost to its special attack, and then you know, you can Dynamax Gastrodon, get up the max rain, have a 1.5 times damage on your water moves, and now Gastrodon's your sweeper. That's pretty bulky as well. And they're forced to switch because every single Dracovish is going to be scarfed, and Dracovish's attacks kind of suck when it's not Fish's Rend. So yeah, that's a really good answer to the fish. And also we have a Mago Berry. I was running leftovers on this, but after you could stall, recover to recover damage. Also, you get max protect on here with Gastrodon, which is really helpful. But you recover, or what you could do if you know you're about to survive a hit but you're gonna be low on damage, you hit recover instead of attacking, and then the Mago Berry will increase your damage by or your health by 33%, and you get the recover, so you can get almost near full health again. Then use another recover, probably survive an attack, and then you have full health. Then you can continue doing your shenanigans with Gastrodon. So yeah, very good stuff. Next on here we have my boy Rhyperior. Now Rhyperior is freaking awesome. Threats to Rhyperior are obviously Excadrill. Excadrill, when an Excadrill Dynamaxes, you don't even do it. If you see an Excadrill, just go into Conkeldurr. Okay, I promise you. Excadrill, Rotom is not really a threat to Rhyperior. It's really just Excadrill and like any steel type Pokemon. So what makes Rhyperior good? He has an ability called Solid Rock, which actually makes super effective attacks 3/4 of what they really are, I believe it is. So it basically nullifies super effective attacks, and then this thing has weakness policy, so if it's hit by a super effective attack, it actually boosts its attack stat, but I think 2 stages. I'm pretty sure it's 2 stages, which is really good. So a thing that I like to do a lot is Dynamax off the rip with Rhyperior. If the situation calls for it, go for a Stone Edge or a max Rockfall. And when a Sandstorm is up, Pokemon actually have a boosted special defense stat, excuse me, so you can, you know, survive some hits from things like Rotom. If you see a Rotom or a Gyarados or almost any water Pokemon, yeah, you can just max Rockfall. I promise you're going to survive. We got Fire Punch on here for things like Ferrothorn. Fire Punch is also good if enemy has a Rotom on their team. What you can do is actually max fire to make a sunny day, nullify the water attack, get your weakness policy off, and yeah, do some crazy stuff with that. And then Heavy Slam is for fairy type Pokemon. Nobody ever expects max Steel Spike. It's actually hilarious. So yeah, you could just max Steel Spike things like Mimikyu. What are other fairy type Pokemon? Gardevoir, and you know, things like that. Now things about Gardevoir though is I actually never really encounter a lot of Gardevoirs, but Rhyperior has a really trash special defense, so it's generally you want to bring a Gastrodon. I always bring Gastrodon with Rhyperior because Gastrodon's special defense is really good. And then Outrage is for things like Dragapult, Hydreigon. Nobody ever is thinking that you're gonna have max Wormwind on a Rhyperior. It's crazy that he learns Outrage. Yeah, it's really good. Big surprise. He has a very diverse moveset to cover things in singles, which is really dope. Now, things that obviously stop Rhyperior as well are things like Surfetch. Surfetch stops Rhyperior, and that's why we have Weezing. So we'll just go to the right and then we'll go up. So we have things like Weezing to stop things like Surfetch. Stop things like Mimikyu as well. So what Weezing actually has here is Dazzling Gleam, Clear Smog, Flamethrower, Will-O-Wisp. Now you can Will-O-Wisp if you see a Mimikyu come out, you can actually Will-O-Wisp it to half its attack and special attack stats, because when a Pokemon's burned, its its attacking stats are nullified, which is really good. So yeah, you can Will-O-Wisp like everything. Obviously Weezing's threatened by Excadrill, but that's why you want to bring things like Conkeldurr, but we're gonna go into that in a second. And then Clear Smog, what Clear Smog does is actually takes away all status changes, good or bad. I'm pretty sure it takes away all status changes. So you let a Dynamax Pokemon set up on you, you just all this shenanigans, and then you could just Clear Smog it. It gets rid of everything. Now this is a special attacking Weezing with Levitate. which is really interesting because usually they're physical attackers. Then we have Dazzling Gleam on here. Ooh, excuse me. Dazzling Gleam on here just for coverage, and then Flamethrower for things like Ferrothorn. I think Ferrothorns are running Gyro now a lot, but when this team was first made, they weren't really running Gyro Ball a lot. But yeah, Steel type Pokemon are running around. And then we got Black Sludge, which makes you recover health if you're a Poison type. Levitate, you know, so this thing's only super effective by like Steel moves and I think Psychic. Yeah, Psychic. So yeah, like I said a million times, Excadrill, Steel types, destroy Weezing. So our boy, our savior, Conkeldurr. Let me hide my camera real quick so you guys can see the full moveset. You see we got Drain Punch there. So yeah, Conkeldurr runs Iron Fist, Life Orb, and Iron Fist, what it does is it actually boosts punching moves by I believe it's 1.3 times. Iron Fist Pokemon, I believe it's 1.3 times by 20. Okay, so it's 1.2 times by 20%. Yeah, so it boosts punching moves by 20%, and then we have a Life Orb, which also boosts any move by 1.3 times. Yeah, 1.3 times, which is cool. So you have a 1.5 times boost from Shenanigans, which is really cool. And then you have things like Drain Punch. So what Drain Punch does, it's a stab move, so you got the 1.5, then you got the same type attack bonus, so you're doing 3 times damage with the Drain Punch, between ability, item, and then same type attack bonus. So you hit the Pokemon, you lose health from Life Orb, but you can actually get your health back with Drain Punch. And then we have stuff like Earthquake, Earthquake just for coverage, Mach Punch for things like Dragapult and all those dudes, and then, or not Mach Punch, Mach Punch for Dragapult, Ice Punch for things like Dragapult and stuff, and then Mach Punch for those quick moves. Mach Punch actually has priority, so you can, it always hits first. It'll always hit first, besides things like Extreme Speed, obviously, but other than that, yeah, Mach Punch always hits first, so if you just got to get the hit off of somebody, there you go. But yeah, pretty straightforward for Conkeldurr. Just stops things like Excadrill, and yeah. So, oh, and it's very, very physically defensive as well. And Weezing's obviously, I think, special defensive and physically pretty decently physically defensive. But speaking of physically and specially defensive, we have a Ferrothorn to end things off with. Now, Ferrothorn is a very good answer to things like Mimikyu. It kind of is, it's an alright answer to things like Pokemon that like to stall you out, like Corviknight. Toxapex is really funny. It's actually takes forever. I've been timed out. Actually, I'll move my camera over here. So I've been timed out by things like Toxapex before. Here we go. In Ferrothorn, but yeah, Ferrothorn's a really good answer to stall Pokemon. This thing runs Toxic, Leech Seed, Power Whip, Protect. Now you can replace Protect, maybe if you're doing this for your own sake, with Gyro Ball. But I have this thing here more for just stalling out stall Pokemon. So you could just Leech Seed things, Protect. You could Toxic some Pokemon that like to stall you out. Obviously, you can't Toxic Corviknight and Toxapex, but you could Toxic a bunch of other Pokemon, stall them out, keep protecting, Leech Seed them. We have leftovers, so we're gonna keep getting health. Power Whip is really good coverage for things like Gastrodon, same type of attack bonus and all that shenanigans. So yeah, Ferrothorn's really, really good against things like Excadrill as well. Another answer to Excadrill, you just Toxic it. You could even just Toxic a Dynamax Pokemon just to make sure that it's gonna, if a Pokemon's setting up, you always want to Toxic like a Pokemon's kind of just setting up. And Toxic, the longer a Pokemon's on the battlefield, the more damage it takes. So yeah, it's really good stuff. So basically, to go over it really quick, we have, man, where do I put myself? Right here. So basically, we have Rhyperior, Sweeper, Charizard, Sweeper, Gastrodon, Special Wall, Conkeldurr, Physical Wall, Weezing, more Special Wall, but he's kind of for both. Both, and same with Ferrothorn. They both cover. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, good type of it always depends on what the enemy brings, but generally you want to bring, or some good setups you can do is Rhyperior, Gastrodon, Ferrothorn. That's a really good, those three synergize really well. Rhyperior is protected from water moves with Gastrodon, protected by electric type attacks with Gastrodon, and they're both protected by Ferrothorn. Charizard, Conkeldurr, Gastrodon's really good. Charizard protected by water moves. Charizard protected from Excadrill with Conkeldurr. So this team synergizes really well whatever the situation calls for. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the team, and let's get right into actually playing with this team, going into ranked battles and seeing what we're about. Now, I only played a little bit. I only played like one game. I was testing another team, but I'm still in Great Ball because I think once the new season starts and you go into it automatically puts you down to Great Ball. But if you're Master Ball, you'll be the highest Great Ball tier, which is rank 9. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, let's find a match and let's hope we actually get a W. I really want to show off Rhyperior. Okay, so we did find a battle, which is really dope. So let's see what he's bringing here. So, okay, he's bringing an Excadrill and a Dragapult. He has a Grimmsnarl to set up screens. He has a Stinky Sylveon, a Rotom Heat, and a Gyarados. So I literally warned you guys about almost everything on here except for Sylveon and Grimmsnarl. So he's probably going to set up screens, like I said, with Grimmsnarl. Probably going to Excadrill. Going to Excadrill to Dynamax, and then, you know, maybe back that up with things like Rotom to stop my Charizard, or I don't know, let's see. So let me think. So who do we want to lead with here? So if we do bring Rhyperior, who stops us? Excadrill stops us, but Rhyperior can destroy everything else on here. So I think Rhyperior is looking pretty good. So I'm gonna bring Rhyperior. Rhyperior stopped by Excadrill, like I said. Kind of Gyarados. So I'm gonna bring Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn stopped by. Well, I need something. I need an answer for everything else. So Gastrodon fits really well. It has Ice Beam. I should have talked about that. Yeah, Gastrodon actually has Ice Beam to cover things like Dragapult as well. So this will be some really good stuff. So let's see what goes on here. So if they do lead Grimmsnarl, we can actually, if they do lead Grimmsnarl, we can actually stall out the Reflectant stuff with Rhyperior, and we won't Dynamax off the rip. We will not Dynamax off the rip if they leave with Grimmsnarl. We're gonna send out. Okay. This is good. This is really good. So they're gonna actually lead with Gyarados. They're probably going to Dynamax off the rip just like us, but that's fine. We're going to Max Rockfall and Dynamax right away. So here we go. Yeah, this is really good. Wow. Why is Rhydon's horn? Yeah, I just realized Rhydon. You guys ever realize that our Rhyperior? Have I been calling him Rhydon this whole time? Rhyperior has 2 horns. That's kind of weird. Okay, so let's see. He is taking a little bit to communicate here. It looks like he knows the predicament that he's in now. If he switches out, that's fine. We still get some free damage on something and get the special defense boost, and can just switch into Gastrodon, depending on what the situation is. He might go into Grimmsnarl here if he did bring him. No. He's gonna Dynamax. Okay, that's good. So the good thing about this is hopefully what's gonna happen here is Gyarados is going to Max Geyser me. It's gonna activate our weakness policy. We're gonna tank it because Rhyperior is the best. And yeah, a lot of people say that Rhyperior loses to Gyarados. I don't think Rhyperior loses to Gyarados, and we're gonna find that out right here, right now. So let's get ready. And let's figure it out. Also, I hope you guys like my Grookey pin. I shoved this into my pop filter and actually ripped it a little bit just for the aesthetic. That's right, we're all about the aesthetics here. That's why we're running Rhyperior. Look at him, he's a beast. Roar. Yep, there it is. Okay, so now we pray, and this is where I would usually cover my eyes on stream and get very scared. I was gonna Max Geyser us. That's very good. Okay, so here we go. Max Geyser. Rhyperior, you're the best. Rhyperior ate that. He literally ate that. It's gonna rain. And now, oh, Daedra, what the frick, you're about to die. Don't you worry. So we're gonna get our weakness policy. We're gonna freaking grind and rise up right now. Boom, Max Rockfall, destroy this Gyarados. You guys actually can't see the thing here, but I don't know what happened. I don't know if it died. Hopefully it died. Okay, cool. So it died. Okay, yeah. So that thing was taken down. I should have moved my camera over here before. That was so anticlimactic. But yeah, so we did defeat it, which is really good. So that was his answer to, or not a lot of our team. We had Ferrothorn in the back in case things didn't work out, of course. But that's cool. So yeah, I think Rhyperior always beats Gyarados. Rhyperior always beats Gyarados. So he's gonna send out a Sylveon. Hyper Voice is really annoying. Now, could I survive a Hyper Voice? We do have Sandstorm up to survive Hyper Voice. Max Steel Spike is 2 times damage. Rocks Rockfall 1.5 times. I think I'm gonna go with Max Rockfall here. Let's see. I don't know if we can survive a Hyper Voice, but Rhyperior is so slow. that I think most things on this team actually outspeed it, so it doesn't even matter. He's gonna yawn me. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'll take a yawn. He's gonna yawn me. I don't care. We don't care about Rhyperior at this point. We have answers to Sylveon. And there we go. Okay, so we actually have one more turn. So if Rhyperior died from a Hyper Voice, all we would do is send out Ferrothorn. We would Toxic the Sylveon, Protect, Leech Seed, or whatever. Then he would have ended up sending out Rotom, so we would just send out our Gastrodon. But he's a very fast dude. I don't know what he's gonna do. He might just overheat or whatever. Overheat might kill us. He's gonna Dark Pulse. He might kill us. Oh, never mind. Okay, so here we go. Max Rockfall again. And that is how you sweep with the Rhyperior. So there you go. He doesn't even know the two other Pokemon on my team. I'm telling you guys, fire. There you go. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. And yeah, let me know how this team does for you. If you guys have any questions, be sure to ask down below. The team code is going to be in the description as well. If it doesn't work on the screen, always just check the description. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you on the next one. We're getting into VGC doubles, so I'll see you there on stream, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time every single day. Have a good one. I love you, and peace.